Conversation going on about how AI is gonna impact employment, right? It's gonna take away human jobs, it's gonna replace human. What is your perspective on that?
I read it somewhere that if your future plan doesn't have AI component, so there is not a future plan anymore. The most important thing is people readiness. How skilled your people are to handle that.
What logistical pain points does AI resolve most effectively?
So day-to-day operations in a warehouse can be automated using robots which are AI enabled. How we can decrease manual labor, how we can decrease manual intervention. Right now I'm doing more of manual work. Tomorrow I'll be doing more of organization work. That this has to be done this way and the machine will do it.
Hi everyone. Imagine logistics without bottlenecks. Sounds almost impossible, right? That's why we have Amit Kumar, co-founder and CEO of Dyspach, who make that vision real. And he will tell us how he does that today. He's the mastermind behind Dispatch AI logistic revolution, blending tech savvy with customers' love. We welcome you, Amit.
Thanks for having me here, Maheshwari.
I'm sure AI fascinates you, right? But can you tell me why?
So why I got fascinated with is that 10 years from now, what we do today is going to be irrelevant because of AI. At the pace at which technology is moving, whatever we do in our day-to-day life, from a different perspective, that this can be redundant. What I'm doing today can become redundant in 10 years. So this fascinates me that I have to review whatever I do in my
Yeah.
professional life, even in my personal life, can be taken over by somebody, by some engine which is AI driven. And this evolution is going to change the way we spend our time, the way we spend our days. And this fascinates me the most that I have to start working on it today so that 10 years from now we are ready when things around us change completely.
I feel the same too. Actually, I came across an article quite recently, and it says that you really need to keep on upskilling yourself because the job that you're doing right now, it may be irrelevant 5 years down the line or maybe 10 years down the line. And then I had a lot of thoughts after reading that article and I did a little bit of research. I'm sure everything has pros and cons, right? So, before leveraging AI, what essential considerations should businesses prioritize?
From pure business perspective, how I see is that AI is going to come. There are a lot of development going around the world. The most important thing is people readiness. How skilled your people are to handle that change. You don't want to upset a running organization by bringing some technology which can destabilize the day-to-day working of a company. And parallelly, the system readiness. Are your systems enabled to take that technology jump right now? And I read it somewhere that if your future plan doesn't have AI component, there is not a future plan anymore. So you
Yeah.
need to start thinking that my people, how do I make them ready? How I make my systems ready and how I integrate with AI. So that is how I look at our organization.
And since you come from the logistics background, can you just dwell a little bit upon what logistical pain points does AI resolve most effectively?
So day-to-day operations in a warehouse can be automated using robots which are AI enabled. And if you
Hmm.
come out of the warehouse, there are a lot of processes for businesses in logistics, like invoicing,
Hmm.
right? There are people involved there, like pricing, there are people involved there, which can be automated. I'm a carrier and you are a shipper, you are sending materials. I have to send an invoice, auto
Yeah.
generated, reconciled, you accept it, the payment happens automatically. So that is also a small component of AI which is going around. The
Yeah.
other is inside a factory, inside a warehouse, a lot of manual processes taken care by AI-enabled devices that can be robots also, other machines also. So overall, from logistics, all the manual processes right now are being looked purely from AI perspective. That how AI can intervene and decrease the manual intervention to minimum, plus decrease the labor which goes in, because there are a lot of in a warehouse you'll see people picking up a lot of stuff also, 20 kg,
Yeah.
25 kg. So how do you remove that? So that is where AI is. how
Okay.
we can how we can decrease manual labor, how we can decrease manual intervention. All the processes right now under the scanner.
So there's a lot of conversation going on about how AI is going to impact employment, right? It's going to take away human jobs, it's going to replace human. So what is your perspective on that?
It is not going to take away the jobs.
Hmm.
It is going to change the way we are working. Right now, I'm doing more of manual work. Tomorrow, I'll be doing more of a organization work. That this has to be done this way, and the machine will do it. Right? We have to upskill, of course, that we can manage that transition where I'm telling a machine that do this, and the machine will do it. There would be upskilling that is required, which has to happen, which will happen, which is going on. Like you started in the
Yeah.
you said in the
Yeah,
start
yeah,
of the into that, you are also trying to upskill, right?
yeah.
So everybody is going to upskill. The labor which is there, as on now, which who are doing manual work, right? They have a certain lifespan because it takes toll on the body.
Hmm.
Now they will be doing better quality work, so they will be able to work, their careers will increase.
Hmm.
As such, the manpower problem across the world which is coming will decrease. I don't think jobs will go away. The nature of jobs will change.
So that's a very relevant point. So there's before you actually start something, you think a lot about capital, right? Like how the funds will come. So can you elaborate on that part? How were you able to gather the funds?
We have a clear runway till this time that March 2025, we have to break even and we would be break even by March 2025. That is the target that we have a runway. And now we are generating revenue such that by March 2025, we won't be burning money. That is the target, and we think we should be able to achieve it.
So I'll go to the next part of the interview. That's the rapid fire round, and I really enjoy doing this part. So your answers has to be quite quick, and it
Okay.
has to be only one word. Okay. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, yes, please. Yes.
Okay. Top skill for future leaders.
Empathy.
Okay. Key to maintaining work-life balance.
There is no work-life balance.
Okay. Most impactful advice for budding entrepreneurs.
Focus on core values.
Okay, that was nice. Biggest lesson learned from failure.
Uh, you are on your own.
Okay. Impact of AI on logistics jobs.
The way we work is going to change.
Okay. Okay, that part is done now. So I'll come to the next part, Amit. So this section is called How a Leaders Think. And now that I'm aware this is your fourth startup, and I'm sure you have like a wealth of knowledge and experience, and I'm sure you will have some amazing answers for this. So, three tips to approach conflict resolution.
Conflict, again, which I said, empathy. Either I am resolving somebody's conflict or I am in conflict. People have very good reasons to do what they are doing. In a mature organization or in a people who are mature enough, they have enough reasons. So it is empathy. And if it is not getting solved, then you have to fall back on your core values, which you think are, you cannot touch those values. If there's, and we always say that in our organization, if there's a conflict, whatever is best for the company, not for individual, what is the best for the company should be done. So we always focus on the larger goal of the company. And of course, as a leader, if there's conflict in the organization, empathy is one because people come with their own
Yeah.
experience, their own bias towards things. So you have to listen and
Yeah.
you have to judge. Yes.
Top three strategies for effective communication.
For effective communication, the first one is clarity. Clarity is that you have to give clear goals. People should be told, okay, this is what we want to achieve.
Hmm.
How is the next step? So one is the clarity. Second is for any communication is to break down the communication in understandable chunks. That okay,
Yeah. Okay.
rather than giving a large message, you break down the message. This is what it is. This is how we are going to do it. This is what we want to achieve ultimately. This is what is our role or your role or whatever. So communication has to be divided clearly that people understand that. In a communication, people get confused between language versus the message, right?
Yeah.
So the mode which you are using is I don't even Hindi is acceptable for us. Even if the message is clear, people understand it. the mode of communication is not relevant for me at least.
Okay.
It has to be clear to people that this is what we want to achieve, or this is what the message is.
Okay. And three tips to make a high performing team?
For any high performing team, if you give people early in their life higher responsibility than what their role is, people who want to succeed will go to that level. They will do those things which are there. First is responsibility. You said three, right? The second is uh, people. If you are hiring, you should hire the right people. The people not from skill set perspective, but from this is a very common thing, from attitude perspective. I would say people who can relate to the company, that okay, this company is trying to do this, and their personal ambition and the company's ambition overlap somewhere. If you can find those people, then you will form a high performing team. Third is again clarity. The goals of the company. If I am confused, my team is of course going to be confused. I have to be clear in what we are achieving. Those people have to align with that goal. So these three things I take care when building a team.
I hear a lot about core team, right? There are a lot of entrepreneurs that say that your core team needs to be strong. The core team needs to think that it's like their own baby and they need to nurture that baby to make it grow. That's how like a company works. So, can you tell me like suggestions on how to build the core team?
The core team has to have the skill sets which cover most
Hmm.
of your organization. Somebody
Hmm.
from sales, somebody from sales and marketing, somebody from accounting, somebody from pure operations. For our case, somebody from product, from industry. So all those things. And yes, there are a few generalists also which are required
Hmm.
because as you grow, the volume of work increases in each department. So from that perspective, building a core team, you need to cover all the departments which are required for your organization can be managed among the core team. That should be your target.
Would you think how would dispatch make difference in people's life?
See, the ultimate goal is that if we can solve the pricing problem, can our system impact the cost of living issue which is going on? That is the ultimate goal. It's a long process, but we have started we have taken the right steps to achieve that. So
Got
I
it.
think we should be able to achieve that.
I'm sure you'll be able to. I had an amazing time talking to you today.